WXII 12 News at 4 starts right now.
A chase and a shootout ending with a suspect dead on a Triad highway. The new details we're learning from authorities and what one witness saw as that chase came to an end.
Plus, restrictions are about to be lifted at local hospitals as respiratory virus cases fall. What you will be able to do again starting tomorrow morning.
And another breakdown at Twitter, what many users saw when they tried to use the social network this afternoon. But first, one person's dead after leading authorities on a car chase this morning, firing shots at law enforcement and shutting down part of Highway 421 for hours.
WXII 12's Maria DeBone joins us live at the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office with more on the story we've been following since early this morning. Maria.
Well, according to the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, this all started around 2 a.m. when a driver refused to pull over for a deputy on Louisville-Clemens Road, and then a chase began. According to authorities, during the chase, the driver fired multiple shots at law enforcement, including Winston-Salem officers who were called in for additional help. Winston-Salem police say one of their patrol cars was riddled with bullets.
And all of a sudden, I just hear this car, it sounded like it was just speeding or something, and I thought nothing of it, and then all of a sudden I hear shots.
Authorities say the driver continued to shoot at responding officers even after his car crashed and rolled on Highway 421 northbound at 2:21 a.m. The suspect then exited the car with a rifle. According to the sheriff's office, the suspect was injured during the crash and from being struck by gunfire during the shooting. That suspect has been identified as 29-year-old Alexander Parks Holland. He was pronounced dead by EMS despite life-saving efforts by officers. According to authorities, 3 sheriff deputies and 2 Winston-Salem police officers were involved in the shooting, but none were seriously injured. One sheriff's deputy was transported to the hospital for a non-life-threatening injury, but has since been released. Forsyth County Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough released a statement saying in part, "Firstly, we extend our condolences to the friends and loved ones of Mr. Holland. This is truly a reminder of the danger that the men and the women who serve and protect encounter daily." And all 5 law personnel have been placed on administrative leave per standard procedure while the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation investigates. In Forsyth County, Maria DeBone, WXII 12 News.
All right, Maria, thank you. Just into the newsroom, police in Gibsonville are investigating after a man was found dead on a train track. We are told that around 11:30 this morning, officers were called to the track near Burke Street and Lewis Street. They got a call about an Amtrak train that suddenly stopped. Police found a 43-year-old man dead on the track. He has not been identified as of yet. We are told there does not appear to be any foul play here. Meantime, 7 people are without a home after a fire in Kernersville. The fire department tells us they lived in 4 different units at a condo complex on Brookside Court. It was reported around midnight Sunday. We're told no one was hurt, and it appears flames inside a chimney started that fire. New at 4 o'clock, a man is back in custody after police say he escaped from a cruiser in Haw River. 34-year-old Cameron Miracle was wanted on several charges stemming from a domestic disturbance on Glen Oaks Drive. Police say Miracle resisted arrest before he was eventually put in the patrol car, but officers say once inside that car, he kicked out the rear passenger window and escaped.
Tomorrow night, people in Greensboro will gather to remember a man shot and killed last week. Lansford Williams died after he was shot at the intersection of Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and Carolyn Coleman Way. Tomorrow, a vigil will be held at Beer Company on West McGee Street. It's scheduled from 7 to 9. So far, police have not named any suspects in his death or announced any arrests. And taking a live look at our Winston-Salem Skycam. It's been a nice and spring-like day out there. Temperatures are pretty warm for this time of year, but we're tracking our next chance of rain. Dave Aiken is in the WXII 12 First Warning Weather Center with a first look at the forecast. Dave.
Hey, Lindsay. Yeah, you were watching for some rain, possibly by the end of the week as we get into the day on Friday. Until then, we're going to be pretty dry. Our temperatures are going to come down over the course of the next couple of days, but not tomorrow. And today has been really perfect. We've got some of those cirrus clouds that are out there. clear. Didn't block out a whole lot of sunshine, filtered it out a little bit, but didn't prevent our temperatures from getting the upper 60s to around 70. Some areas at this hour in the mid 70s, like in Lexington where it's 74, 70 in Reedsville, Burlington, and also in Asheboro right now. The breezes have come up a little bit, and they're going to kind of be a little bit more, they're going to be pretty regular for the next overnight hours, and especially in the day tomorrow, we'll see the winds really kick up during Tuesday afternoon especially. Low 60s in the mountains, winds up there not too bad. They're out of the southwest for the most part, and we'll start to turn out of the northwest as we get on into early tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon for sure. Here are some of those clouds that are out there right now. No precipitation with them. In fact, no precipitation with the clouds that are back out to our west either. You got to go up over northern parts of Ohio into the Great Lakes region to find some rain, just offshore of the Carolinas and Georgia, and then down over portions of the Gulf Coast states picking up some showers. So our late evening forecast, clear and mild, some southwest breezes from time to time, 60 around 10 o'clock this evening in the Piedmont, upper 50s in the foothills and upper 40s in the mountains around that time frame. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to talk about the warm, gusty winds we'll see tomorrow. Cooler temperatures on the way as early as Wednesday, and the rain chances that we have in for a chilly Friday. All the information and details on that in just a little while.
All right, Dave, thank you so much. New at 4 o'clock, several Triad health systems are loosening visitor restrictions. This as cases of the flu, COVID, and other respiratory viruses decline. Starting tomorrow at 7 a.m., Cone Health, Novant Health, and Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist will lift visitor restrictions for children 12 and under at most hospitals and medical facilities. Masks will still be required due to COVID-19 precautions. President Biden addressing the International Association of Firefighters today in Washington. While it was not a campaign event, the president touched on 2024 themes. This on the heels of weekend speeches by former President Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who are both expected to make appearances in the first GOP caucus in the state of Iowa. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest out of Washington.
President Biden taking another step in the dance over his re-election plans. Without yet formally declaring his intentions, the president has been testing his messaging today before a powerful firefighters union.
No billionaire should be paying a lower tax rate than a firefighter.
President Biden has called himself the most pro-union president.
I promise you, you've had my back and I'll have yours.
Friendly territory for a man weighing a fierce re-election fight, previewed in major speeches over the weekend from likely Republican rivals. Former President Trump at the Conservative Political Action Conference.
I am your warrior, I am your justice, and for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
Adamant he would not drop out of the race if indicted in any ongoing investigations.
I wouldn't even think about leaving. These are fake stories.
Ron DeSantis skipping CPAC but speaking from the Reagan Library, touting his record as Florida governor.
You didn't see a lot of drama or palace intrigue. What you saw was surgical precision execution.
Despite veiled swipes, Governor DeSantis and the other likely GOP contenders have yet to directly take on the former president.
You don't run against Donald Trump and not get in the mud. You know, there's no chance that this is going to remain polite.
Trump and DeSantis now on a collision course as they both prepare for appearances in all-important Iowa in the coming days. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And happening tonight, Governor Roy Cooper will give North Carolina's State of the State address. His speech is scheduled to get underway just after 7. This will be Governor Cooper's last address in the Post. We'll have a link to stream the address on our website at WXII12.com. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson will give the Republicans' response.
Happening now, Twitter users had to deal with a big service disruption. Many users got an error message saying your current API plan does not include access to this endpoint. Some people only saw errors when trying to view photos or click on links, while others could not access the site at all. Twitter blamed the problem on an internal change that had unintended consequences. Company owner Elon Musk tweeted the problem would be fixed shortly.
Coming up in Ohio, federal investigators are looking into another train crash just 1 month after the toxic train derailed in East Palestine.
Plus a quiet day at the zoo, how the experience will be different tomorrow when we come back.